Hey, what's up guys? It's your girl A.Simone back at it again with another video. Thanks so much for clicking and tuning in. As you saw by the title of this video, we are going to be doing a up close and personal tutorial of soft locks. This is amateur style for all, my amateurs, my beginners out there. So I did do soft locks for the first time either last year or towards the beginning of this year. I'll put up my Instagram link. I've only done it one time. And yeah, I'm going to be giving you the breakdown of what I learned from doing it that first time to the best way of completing soft locks. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay guys, so soft locks, the way you do soft locks in 2023 is definitely a updated version from how you did locks back in the day. So if you go back over 10 plus years ago, before, soft locks were even a thing, if you wanted to get soft lock or lock extensions, you would have to go to, African, braid shop or what have you or whatnot. And the way they did that method back then is different from the way it's done now. So pretty much the way you do soft locks now is that you take a crochet lock, braid your hair down from the root, you attach the crochet lock, and then you overwrap all the way down over from your root down towards the end of the crochet lock. So yeah, so for me, in my opinion, this updated, newer version of doing locks is easier. Now, when it comes to doing locks with the old version versus the new version, you still have to wrap. You still have to over wrap that hair. So that is a part of every technique pretty much that you have to do. You can't get out of the wrapping part of doing a lock. But let's go ahead and get into the hair. So when it comes to crochet locks, when it comes to soft locks, you do need two types of hair. You need the crochet lock, and then you need your hair that you're going to be wrapping, which is that kinky, fluffy texture hair that you're going to overwrap the full lock to create, the full lock. So yeah, so these are 22 inches. Okay, so guys, this right here, this is the kinky hair. This is the Marley hair. And this is the hair, this is called Marley hair. If you look it up, there is different variations of this hair. So there is another type of hair that people use for this style, and it's just called kinky, like fluffy twist hair. Now that hair, I'm not a fan of. So I've never actually purchased and used the hair. This is just based off observation. So if you look at that hair, for me, it looks like it has slightly more texture to it. Maybe it doesn't, but for me, the way it looks like it does. And that hair is a lot more springy and bouncy. If you look at the hair, the way it looks, how it operates, it's a lot more shrinkage to that hair. When you look at this hair, it does have the texture to it, but to the naked eye, this is 24 inches, by the way. So this is 24 inches folded in half. So if you unfold it, that will make it 48 inches. So this is 24 inches, meaning whatever braid, twist, whatever you want to do, it will equal out to 24 inches because it is folded in half, 24 inches. So that other hair, for me, that hair has a lot more bounce to it, where to the naked eye, you can't really eyeball where the length is going to end, if that makes sense. This hair, it looks a lot more even keel with, this is 24 inches and it looks like 24 inches. With that other hair, it's a lot more bouncy and it's a lot more shrinkage. So just like how your natural hair, when it's wet, you have product on it, it shrinks. So that's how that hair reminds me. And I feel like the hair is just a lot more to work with. Now, this is just based off observation, but that's just how it looks to me. Okay, guys, so you're going to part the part for your lock. Then you're just going to add some shine and gel at the root. So, guys, for these medium-sized braids, if you have thin or fine hair, you want to add just regular straight braid hair to your hair. You need to thicken it up so that it matches the width of the actual crochet lock. Because for me, the way I overwrapped these, I feel like it matched and it worked. If I didn't add hair, it was going to be way skinnier once it transitioned from my hair and then going into the crochet lock. So if you have fine or thin hair, you need to add braid hair to make it work. Now, if you have a thicker grade of hair, then you don't need to do that. Okay, then I'm just going to braid the braid down about 3/4 of the way, and then I'm going to attach my crochet lock, just loop it through, and then you're going to see me, we're going to attach the crochet with the hair braided from the root. So to do this, I'm going to make the crochet piece the third piece of the braid. So you're going to see me braid that loose hair that I have and intertwine it with the crochet. So you're going to braid it like you're doing a regular braid, and that third piece will be the actual crochet piece. Then once you braid down a couple grips, you're just going to pull all that hair to the side and just braid it off to the side. Now, you don't have to do that method. I do think it makes it just a little bit more flatter and a little bit more cohesive. If you don't want to do this method, all you have to do is loop it through and literally just pull the hair off to the side and just have it all hanging as a piece to the side, and then it's going to overwrap all together. Okay, guys, so after I do a couple grips of that method of me braiding the lock within, to the pieces, I do pull the rest of that hair out to the side just to finish it off. Because if you try to braid that all the way down, that crochet lock is way thicker than the rest of the pieces. So to make it cohesive and to make it lock in, you're going to see me pull the rest of that hair off to the side. I'm going to braid and just finish that up so that it does, stay tight and don't unravel. Okay, guys, so next we're going to finish off the lock by going ahead and wrapping it all the way down. So that piece I first showed you, that is called the anchor piece. So that is the piece that you're going to hold with one hand and then you're going to wrap with the other hand. So you have to have that anchor piece so that the hair, stays attached and it stays in position. So you're pulling that piece with the rest of the hair and then you're overwrapping that hair on the opposite side. And yeah, you're just going to wrap it around the root about 2 to 3 times to make sure it's secured and it's nice and covered. And then you're just going to wrap down. Pretty easy, pretty common sense. Just take your time. Like I said, especially, at the back of your head, because that is going to be the most trickiest. Okay, guys, so once you get down far enough, you're going to take that nail glue like you see me doing, and you're just going to go ahead and just apply the nail glue. Go a little bit further below and then go a little bit further up. You want to make sure it's nice and sealed in. Then you just want to hold it there for a good 30 seconds to a minute. Do not immediately let it go because it has not really, you know, dried in place yet. It still is wet. Guys, so I am back. So guys, you saw the up close and personal tutorial. I showed you the full results of my hair. It is all done. So yeah, okay guys, let's go ahead and get into the hair. This is what I have left. I have essentially 2 pieces of hair left. So when it comes to this Marley hair, guys, it pretty much, it separates itself. It pretty much comes in little like clumps of hair, and you pretty much just pull it apart. The only reason why you wouldn't do it this way is if you needed to make something like bigger and you were putting the pieces together, clumping the pieces together. But it's kind of like a banana. You just pull the pieces off and that's it. So out of that hair, as you can see, I only have 2 pieces left out of my whole entire head. So if it was a situation where something got messed up or something got tangled and I had to redo more than 2 of the locks in my head, I would have been up the stream without a paddle. Meaning I would have had to improvise and just take some hair, obviously I just had left over in my little hair bag, or I would have had to wrap my hair and then got up the next morning to go to the hair store to get some more hair. So I'm saying all that to say, I've purchased 3 bundles of that because that's what's offered on Amazon. It starts at 3 and then you can jump to 6. Go ahead and buy the 6. When it comes to individual protective styles, it's different than, like I said, if you were doing a weave. For instance, if you go to a hairstylist and you're doing a sew-in and she's saying bring 3 bundles, that 3 bundles is going to work. The way you lay and do tracks, that scenario is different from you doing individual styles. With individual styles, you always want to overshoot when it comes to the hair. So in this situation, now I know after doing these medium size, this is a medium size, now I know when it comes to booking clients, I'm going to tell them to get the 6 bundles. Because I only had literally 2 pieces, meaning I only had 2 locks that I would have been able left to do with what I purchased with the 3 bundles. So go ahead and get 6. Do not play yourself, because if I would have messed up, like I said, which with doing this, guys, I did not have to redo any locks. I just showed you the process. I wrapped it and everything worked out. Everything worked out. I did not have to redo anything. Okay, when it comes to the crochet hair, I have 3.5 packs. So this is the half pack, then I have 3 whole packs. So this came in 7 bundles. So that means I use 3.5 packs on my head. So when it comes to doing medium, and then when it comes to doing small, 7 bundles will be enough. This is not a situation where you need to double up and, you know, order more. When it comes to these, they designed these to be a full head. So yeah, and these do come in either 6 or 7. Like I said, I will link it down below. Mine came in 7. And especially if you're doing small, because there are more locks on your head when you do a smaller size. Just go ahead and get the 7. Like I said, I will link everything down below for you. But yeah, so let's talk about the nail glue. So I did seal off these locks when I finished wrapping with nail glue. So I purchased 2 bottles. I went through 1 full bottle and then I did not finish up the second bottle. So I'm going to tell you to buy 3 bottles. Because like I said, if it's any situation where you have to redo anything, then you're taking into the amount you already have. So I don't know if I got through half through the bottle, if it's 1/4 left. I don't know, because obviously I can't see through the nail bottle. So I'm going to tell you, buy 3 bottles of the nail glue as far as having it as your sealant. Okay, so the next thing, guys, is with this 24-inch hair. So do not go shorter than 24 inches. So like I said, anything that I said in the beginning of the video, I am clearing up for you after I've fully done my head, so you do not make the mistakes. So the Marley hair is 24 inches, and when you're wrapping that hair, you're not going to get to the tip of the lock. These locks are 22 inches, And then obviously you have to attach it to your hair. So that adds about another 2 inches or so. So around 24 to 25 inches is the full length. So yeah, so with this 24-inch Marley hair, you're not going to make it all the way to the base of the lock. So do not go shorter than 24 inches. I think the next length that it jumps up to is 30 inch. So even if you want to go longer, you can with the Marley hair. But do not go shorter because I'm telling you. Okay, so here's the next thing, guys. So this style is for short to medium hair. My hair comes right at my shoulders. And, you know, I was able to wrap and do what I did. If you have longer length hair, meaning if you have like mid-back length hair, this process of what I showed you, this is not going to work for longer length hair. And what I mean by that is, when I sealed this off with the nail glue, I'm going inches below where I know my real hair stops. So you have to go inches below so that that glue does not interfere with your real hair. Then when it's time for me to take these locks out, I will cut right at where their glue is. And I will cut the locks off and, you know, uninstall the hair. But when you have long hair, essentially you're going to be going all the way down to the end of the lock. And you need this to be a good 3 or so inches below where your real hair is stopped when you attach that glue. So when you go and you cut it off, you're completely scot-free. You're not anywhere near your real hair. So with having longer hair, that doesn't give you the leeway because now you're wrapping all the way to the end of the lock, if that makes sense. And guys, when you wrap the hair, I don't know if you can tell, but where you over wrap the hair is tighter than what this is. This is just crochet hair that they made in a factory. So it has that loose and that floppiness and has those, you know, waves and indentions in it as far as it being a soft lock. When you over wrap, that now makes it tight. So like I said, you have longer hair, you're pretty much going to be coming all the way to the end of the lock to be out of the way from your real hair to try to glue the ends. And that might not even be enough leeway depending on how long the hair is. And when you over wrap the hair, it makes it stiff. So now you're wrapping all the way to the end of the lock, and the lock is like this. There's no kind of bounce or curvation to it, which makes a soft lock. Now you've transformed it into a silk lock, which, you know, is not the end result you were going for. So when it comes to shorter and longer length hair, the process is different. It's not going to hit the same. So if you guys go ahead and run these likes up, I will do a comparison after I take these out. I do not plan on keeping these for more than a month and a half. And I do plan on doing more hair videos. Yeah, so go ahead, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But the process for having shorter length hair versus longer hair, the process is different. It's not going to go the same. You can't do it the same because the end results is not going to work. But yeah, guys, that is it. I did use jam on my roots, and that is it. I do not have anything else on my hair. So any kind of luster, because when I did the video for Instagram, like the hair, it looks nice and shiny. I did not add any kind of mousse, any kind of oil sheen. Now, if I'm doing somebody's hair as a client, I will put those finishing touches on it just because. But I do not have anything on my hair. This is literally just the raw hair in its natural form. And I just have the jam that I put on my roots, and that is it. And it looks great. But yeah, guys, that is it. That is all. Like I said, like, subscribe, run those likes up. I do plan on doing a comparison video, like I said, of how to do short hair, which is this process, versus how to do long hair and how that will go and how you would do that. So like I said, after I take these down, I do plan on doing more hair videos. But yeah, guys, that is it. Until next time, peace.